Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me again today. I wanted to go ahead and break open the Bible, take a look at what it's got for some wisdom for life. Need to live life better, have a good life. And what I'm looking at today is I wanted to take a look at things from God's perspective because let's face it, honestly, as humans, we tend to get things backwards, if not frankly just plain upside down. We tend to look at the way God looks at things, and we think that He sees things upside down, but really, it's us. We're the ones who are screwed up. So, I want to take a look at James chapter 4 and get some wisdom from there. So, let's look in verse 1. It says, "What is causing quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desires at war within you?" Boy, isn't that the truth? That's usually what our conflicts are about. I mean, isn't it about my wrong motivations and desires coming head to head with someone else, right? That's a problem so often. So let's take a look at it. It says, "You want what you don't have, so you scheme and kill to get it. You're jealous of what others have, but you can't get it, so you fight and wage war to take it away from them. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask God for it. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure." All right, guys, there's a lot in here. I'm going to try to unpack it quickly. So let's take a look at it. It says here, first off in verse 2, it says, "You want what you don't have." And it also lists another kind of problem here. You're jealous of what others have. So it's you want what you don't have, and you're jealous of what others have. And you stop and you think about it, a lot of the problems we have with people can be identified with that. Either we want something they have, or we want something, we don't have it, so that makes us short with people, or vice versa. That the other person wants something we have, and it can be something as good as a relationship with a parent that is good with you and not so good for them. It can be all kinds of things. It doesn't have to be the car in the driveway. Like that's what we tend to think of when we talk about something that someone has that we want. It's not that sort of thing necessarily, although it can be, obviously. But the point is that it says, like here in verse 2, it says, "So you scheme and you kill to get it." We may not be willing to go to the lengths to kill, at least almost none of us are. But the point is that we have those desires in us. I mean, we get competitive when we're willing to do whatever it takes in order to get what we want. And it says also, it goes on and says, when you're jealous of others, but you can't get it, so you fight and wage war to take it away from them. And this is a lot of our conflicts, whether it's the other person starting it or whether it's us starting it. Let's be honest, this is what we do. We fight and we wage war in order to get what we want. And like I said, sometimes it's the things that we ought to have anyway, like a good relationship with a parent, or maybe it's stuff, whatever it is. We do this, and it's just wrong. Because he brings it down here towards the end. He says, "Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask God for it. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure." So guys, take a look at that. I mean, that's God saying that not only what we want matters, but why we want it matters. So he's saying, come to him, ask, but make sure that you're asking for the right reasons. If you're asking for something so you can spite somebody else, so you can lord it over somebody else, so you can make them jealous, well, forget it. You're not getting it. So just be prepared to do some looking in. Because honestly, most conflict, you look at it, it's a two-way street, as my dad used to say. I have my problems, they have theirs. So let's work on it. And let's go to God for the answers, okay? He has what we need, whether it's wisdom for daily life or the ability to get the relationships like we should have. All right, guys, that's what I had for you today. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.